So Marty, we got a short chip shot. What are we doing? We're positioning the ball. Trail foot, right. Opposite the back foot. Gripping down on the club, right? Weight's going to be on the forward foot. So you're leaning forward. Marty, your toes are going to turn slightly toward the target. Rotate your feet to your left. There you go. That'll put more weight on your left. And then all you're going to do is take a short swing and carry it about 6 yards. Good. Now you carried that about 10 because you took it back too far. But that was perfect technique. All right, so.
I have no idea what to do, but that's great.
What's that?
Pitching is that.
We're going to do that today too.
I have no idea.
Right. All right. So here you are.
Go ahead.
Turning my shoulders, turning through. Notice this is the shaft's right in the middle of the chest.
Okay.
So I'm just turning my trunk, and the butt of the golf club and the center of my body are moving together at one piece. Yeah, that's the feeling, and you did that. All right. Bunker shots and chip shots. So have a look here. In a bunker, he's aiming at the target, but his feet are pointing open. What is an open stance? That means the left foot's behind the right. Yeah. The closed stance, the left foot's in front of the right. In the bunker, you want an open stance because you open the face. What does open mean? You just simply turn the club to the right. That opens the face. So if I open that, say, 10 degrees, I want to bring this foot back off 10 degrees from parallel. Why? Because we want the face pointed at the target. You're going to aim using these two vertical railroad tracks. That's how you aim. So what he's got here, he's got a ball position that's very forward. Now what does forward mean? Remember I said a back ball position for a chip. A running chip, you want the ball back. Bunker shots, we're not hitting the ball. We're hitting the sand. So the bottom of your swing is right here. So he's hitting 2 or 3 inches behind the ball. And what he's going to do, he's going to take a back swing, come down. He hits the sand and then the ball flies out. Now the face of the club never does this. It never rotates. We call that releasing or rotating. Notice the face of the club right there. It's still pointed in the sky. So it's still coming through like that. So in the bunker, the bottom of the golf club hits the sand with the face like that.
What hits the ball?
Nothing. The sand throws the ball out. There's about 3 inches of sand between the club face and the ball comes out. So in actual fact, this guy right here is not hitting the ball at all. He's hitting the sand first, and the sand, he's exploding the sand, and the sand is going out. You see how the sand's throwing the ball out. So that's it. All right, back to chipping. Like I said, there's a lot going on here, so don't worry about it. Notice the feet close together, the ball back.
That close together.
Right, but you just started, so I didn't really like.
Okay, no, that's cool.
I didn't really like fault you. I don't want to.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, but you got a good result. You got the ball in the air.
Yeah.
And you hit it nicely.
Okay.
So the strike, the club is coming on a descent to the ball. It's coming down.
Okay.
He's going to hit the ball and then the turf. Notice that?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he's hitting the ball first. And then the club hits the ground.
Is that always the case?
Yes.
You're always hitting the ball first in every
Except in the sand.
Okay.
That's why I picked the sand.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, that's chipping.
Okay.
All right, what's chipping look like? Full view. Feet very close together.
Got it.
Toes turned toward the target. Now, here he's got a lofted club. It's got a lot of an angle on it. It's like a sand wedge.
Right.
So this one will go up in the air. So he picks the club up steeply. It's coming up on a steep angle.
Right.
He breaks his wrist. You see how his wrist is bending here. Look at his right wrist come back.
Versus what we were just doing.
The first is what we were just doing. The chip putt, there's no wrist bend.
Right.
But he's trying to hit a high shot. And when you hit a high shot, there is some wrist bend.
Got it.
So there's two shots. It's real complicated. There's a high one and a low one.
Okay.
That's it. So he's going to go with a high one here. See how the ball gets up in the air.
What would determine whether you're going high versus
The amount of green between the ball and the flag. If you have, for example, the distance from the ball to the green exceeds the distance from the green to the pin,
right?
you would have to hit a high shot because you don't have a lot of green to work with. Does that make
Say that
sense?
one more time.
So the distance from the ball to the green, let's call it 15 yards.
Right.
But yet say there's only 5 yards between the edge of the green and the pin.
Oh, okay.
Now you have to hit a high shot because you don't have much green to work with.
Okay.
That would be the
You
scenario.
don't want it to run so much.
Right. Conversely, if you had, say, 5 yards to the green
Right.
and then another 15 yards to the
You
pin,
want it to run.
you would run and run and you play a low shot with an 8 iron.
Okay. Got
Right.
It. Got
So, good. You're learning. This is good. Okay. Now,
That makes sense.
pitching. What's the difference between a chip and a pitch? A pitch is about a 20-yard shot where you have a little more of a wrist cock. A chip is basically a putting stroke, no wrists.
Okay.
But, again, even with a pitch shot, the feet are close together, but he's getting some wrist bend there. The club is going up a little further. He's coming down. Now, here's what I want to teach you. Impact. Notice the straight line here. That's very, very important.
Yeah.
If you don't learn anything else today, that's what I want you to practice at home. Now, how do you practice that?
Is that just for pitching or is
That's for every shot in golf.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's universal position.
So it's like that,
Yep.
and then okay.
Right. Whereas me on the left, I still have that straight line.
Right.
All right. Now, why am I telling you that's important? Because if you hit a full shot, this guy's hitting a 7 iron, watch his impact position.
Okay, that's still the same. Right. Okay, I get it. Yep. And then it comes through and follows through.
So the lead arm and the end of the end of the golf club are in a straight line.
Okay.
And this wrist is flat when you hit a ball. You never want the wrist to do that.
Okay.
That'll cause you to top it and all kinds of stuff.
Okay. Got it.
All right. Now, this is a full swing, right? Impact, follow through. This is a pitch shot. Does he have a follow through? A little bit, but notice the triangle, his lead arm. See how he keeps that nice and extended? All right.
So I guess for pitching and chipping, you're keeping that you're being the stiff guy.
You're doing that. Well, you're keeping this triangle. The upper arms, Marty, are right up against your chest. They're connected. We call it connected right there. So if I took a handkerchief, put it in there, we want to keep this distance.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you start to bend the lead elbow, I could show you pictures of my students where they're bending the lead elbow. You're going to top it. Because the radius of your swing, that's right,
Keep it there. Yeah,
the length of your arm plus the length of the club, right?
that's logical. Okay.
So even in this case scenario, he's got the pitching setup and the chipping setup. What is that? His toes are turned toward the target. The ball is directly over the middle of his chest. Now, for the low shot, for chipping, we said put the ball back. But for pitching, the ball's pretty much in the middle.
I thought the guy put it on his front foot.
So that was sand.
Oh, okay.
That was sand.
Got it. Okay. Got it. So in the middle.
Yeah.
One thing that.
So wherever the club hits the ground on your rehearsal swing behind the ball is where you should put the ball anyway. But we want to lean more toward the front foot. So you would stack your upper body over your front foot for pitching.
Okay.
But notice now, he's going to take the club back. See how the upper arms stay up against the chest. And notice this distance. It didn't change.
Right.
Okay?
I get it. Yeah.
Now, as he came through, that distance will not change.
Yep, I get it. And it's logical because you're lining up the ball and you're just keeping the same distance to the ball.
Right. So here's impact. His weight's on his left foot. Here's address.
Right.
Now, does the weight move toward the target? Absolutely. When you hit a tennis shot, do you push off and shift toward the target? Yes, unless you're a pro and you can jump backwards and hit it. But everybody else is moving forward.
Okay.
So there's a lot of similarities.
Okay.
If you want to hit a cut shot in golf, a cut shot fades. Then you want a cut stroke. The right hand's under. You're left-handed or right-handed?
I'm a lefty, but I play golf.
Right-handed.
Yeah.
You look left-handed. That's why I asked. All right, good. All right, that's enough to confuse you for right now. All right, gripping. You're going to have the left thumb on the right side of the grip.
Yep.
You're going to pinch that thumb and forefinger together like that.
Right.
And then this thumb's going to fit right in the lifeline, right in there like that. Yep. Now, if you look at these guys' grips, they're fairly similar. All right. Now we're going to do some work on your game because you're armed with some information now,
Yeah.
and we're going to put it to work.